Joe Biden became the presumptive nominee of the Democratic Party for president in April 2020 and formally accepted the nomination the following August. Biden's transition team, led by Ted Kaufman, had already been announced on June 20. Further co-chairs joined the team alongside Kaufman in September. The results were certified by a joint session of Congress on January 7, 2021, and the transition ended when Biden was inaugurated shortly before noon EST on January 20, 2021. The 2020 presidential election took place on November 3. Late that evening, incumbent President Donald Trump declared victory based on his initial lead in tabulated in-person votes, a claim which was widely anticipated and quickly discredited. He also demanded all further tabulation of uncounted in-person and mail ballots cease. A demand also ignored. Trump also alleged widespread fraud, corruption, and other misconduct, without providing any evidence. His allegations have been almost universally denied. Trump commenced multiple lawsuits in multiple states seeking a halt to counting, rejection of votes, preventing certification of results, besides other remedies, all of these which had been dismissed as of November 16. On November 13, for the first time and without any evidence, Trump claimed that 2.7 million votes were deleted by the digital voting system used in some states. He claimed that said votes were switched from him to Joe Biden. After 3.5 days of vote counting, on November 7, at approximately 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Associated Press, along with major TV networks including CNN, ABC News, CBS News, NBC News, and Fox News, called the race for Joe Biden. After that, most sources described him as the president-elect. Nonetheless, GSA Administrator Emily Murphy, a Trump appointee, waited until November 23 to issue the ascertainment letter declaring Biden the apparent winner. On the basis that Trump still disputed the election result, the declaration marked the official start of the transition, and withholding it from the Biden team had denied them $6.3 million. Office space, government website status, and access to agencies. Separately, Biden was denied daily classified national security briefings until the Trump administration approved Biden's receiving such briefings as of November 24. The Electoral College met on December 14, 2020, to formally elect Biden and Kamala Harris as president and vice president. The results were to be certified by a joint session of Congress on January 6, 2021, but because of an attempt by Trump supporters to overturn the results by storming and vandalizing the Capitol building, the certification was not completed until January 7. Biden's transition ended when he was inaugurated at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 20, 2021, at which point his presidency began. As early as the summer of 2020, President Donald Trump began questioning the legitimacy of the 2020 election, saying that the increase of mail-in voting in the election compared to previous elections will lead to a rigged election. For this reason, many pundits and editorial writers would insist that Biden would need to win by a landslide to prevent Trump from challenging the result. Trump's preemptive accusations of fraud led some people to consider what would happen if he should lose by a margin less than a landslide. At various points, Trump had called for his Attorney General, William Barr, to investigate Biden and his son Hunter, with Trump frequently insisting that his opponent should be in prison. Rosa Brooks, who worked in the Department of Defense during the Obama administration, co-founded the Transition Integrity Project, which in June 2020 ran a series of wargaming exercises to explore potential election and transition scenarios. In August 2020, TIP released a widely discussed report that outlined 4 2020 election crisis scenario planning exercises for the 2020 United States presidential election. The scenarios examined by TIP included a decisive Biden win, a decisive Trump win, a narrow Biden win, and a period of extended uncertainty after the election. Other academics, such as Lawrence Douglas in his book Will He Go? Trump and the Looming Election Meltdown in 2020, have also discussed the possibility, which later turned out to be true, of Trump refusing to concede if he lost per the 20th Amendment. The vice president must count the electoral votes in front of Congress's joint session on January 6, 2021, This is governed by the Electoral Count Act of 1887, passed to prevent crises such as that in 1876 to 77. And while provisions have been used, the act has never been truly put to the test. The Biden legal team had prepared for this, drafting boilerplate responses to each of the possible litigations gamed out by the tip and others. The only one of the 60-plus cases which had not been dismissed out of hand was about late arriving mail-in ballots, though Joe Biden was generally acknowledged as president-elect in Th.